FP7 is about innovation. It's about research and collaboration and building of networks across Europe to deliver better projects, lifestyles and systems to the citizens of Europe and the wider world. Silicon devices, looking at communications, wireless, satellites, photonics, ICT for health, ICT helping the elderly, ICT applications in manufacturing, and a legion of other things, including some really very front-edge things about looking at the ways in which the brain works. Successful proposals in FP7 have clarity and a single-minded purpose, and they express that in a way that is readily understandable. ICT is changing our world, so research in that space is essential because it's changing the way we live.
My name is Martin McHugh. I work for Microsemi Corporation. We're based in South Wales. We employ about 100 people on this site, primarily in the manufacture of small subsystems for implantable devices like pacemakers, implantable cardio defibrillators, the small camera pills that you see, and other small medical devices. We have been involved in about 6 FP6 and 7 projects, all to do with medical devices, miniaturization, and achieving that sort of whole portability. Okay, this is a radio module that we developed under our first FP program called Healthy Aims. This is the miniaturized version, and both products are actually used in medical devices such as pacemakers and implantable cardio defibrillators. Hi Dan, how's this build going?
Hey, all right. Nice, fine.
Framework 7 programs have had a number of impacts on our business. It's allowed us to transition from what was predominantly an analog wired business in terms of telecommunications into a medical devices business. It's also allowing us now to actually explore where we want to be in 2020, which is probably going to be in the area of harsh environment and high temperature electronics. If you have a technology or a particular research area you need to be in 3 to 4 years' time, this is where Framework 7 really works. The stuff we're doing now was conceived in 2007. Stuff we're conceiving now is stuff we believe we'll need in 2016, 2017. If we have an idea and we put it forward to a Framework 7 project application and it gets funded, we know that the EU have actually subjected that application to a peer review of industry experts, and that we're probably heading in the right direction. There have been 2 benefits mainly for us. The first one is in the access to the research institutes in Europe and all of the skills and knowledge they have, and the building of our own skill sets and processes here. The second benefit has been in terms of the gearing of the R&D spend. A project that we have, it's 4 million euros total cost. Our contribution to that is about 300,000 euros, of which we'll get a grant of about 150,000 euros. So basically for 150,000 euros of cost to Microsemi, we're getting access to 4 million euros of research, which looks good in anybody's books. I think from a holistic point of view, the FP frameworks have actually backed a whole host of technologies and research into medical devices, medical therapies. For our business here, I think the biggest impact we're having is allowing our customers to put more functionality, more features into their devices, and that means they can actually deliver better patient therapy, better care.
Rapita Systems provides software that helps to check the software that flies planes and drives cars. We started in 2004 as a spin-out from the University of York. we realised that we had something which was very applicable to what was happening in the embedded industry at the moment.
Good afternoon, Rapita Systems.
From then on, we've grown from 4 people, and we're currently about 16 people and hoping to expand further in the next few months. The business vision is to be the providers of on-target software verification, the people that people turn to first for how to make sure that their software is right. FP7 has been really instrumental in the growth of Rapita. We've been very successful in getting Framework 7 projects. Well, this is one of our products. It's called RTBX, and it allows us to really see what's going on inside an embedded target like this one. You simply plug it in and you can trace exactly what happens when you're testing your software. The R&D that went into the production of that project came from a Framework 7 project. Without the Framework 7 funding, we would not have been able to develop any of our products as quickly as we have been. We focus hard on getting the research done in the Framework 7s into our product as quickly as possible. We make the research very applied, and as soon as possible we sell the product containing that research. Which one is this?
It's the one that came back.
FP7 has done tremendous things in our business. It's really allowed us to invest in R&D very confidently and grow the product and the company in ways that would not have been imaginable without FP7. If you do manage to get the right project and the right partners, then the rewards are tremendous. It can really help your company to grow.
We work on 3 main themes: digital innovation, digital industries and digital inclusion. And we got involved in European projects because it gave us a fantastic opportunity to take research out of the research labs and put it in the real world. Working with ordinary people in their homes, in their offices, and particularly with small businesses. So most recently we've been involved with an FP7 project called DHEMS, the Digital Environment Home Energy Management System, where we took smart meters into people's homes, but instead of just a meter that told you some basic facts about your energy use, we've linked that to a clever way of visualizing data, so you can look on your smartphone, on your PC or laptop, and you can immediately see what's happening in the home in terms of energy use. If people have easy access to the information and it's user-friendly, it's highly visualized in that sense, they do start turning things off. They do realise that it can be 20% of their energy bill is just equipment left on standby when it doesn't need to. But to have the facts at your fingertips to realise that is a real stimulus for behaviour change. And then at the end of the Framework 7 project, the small businesses that we've worked with have then taken that a stage further and developed, again, a much more user-friendly device for small businesses to use, and that's now being rolled out in small businesses right across Greater Manchester. To be a digital city, which has always been one of our great ambitions, is not sustainable unless you think of the green and the digital agenda together. We've got very bold targets: 41% reduction in energy use by the City Council by 2020. And little projects like this aggregate up and they help people realise that you can do small things that eventually make big changes. And so that's going to make a major contribution to reducing our energy needs and making the city more sustainable. Yeah. And what do the different sensors actually do then?
That's a temperature one.
Okay. Without Framework 7, for us, it wouldn't have happened at all. So maybe it wouldn't have happened at all in the UK, or maybe it wouldn't have happened at all in Manchester. So in that sense, having Framework 7 has been really important for Manchester, and I would also say for UK PLC, because that's an expertise base now that a number of small businesses in Britain have to compete globally in this area. And overall, it's a great asset for the city. There are jobs directly and indirectly created by the funding we get in the long term.
Hello, Ian Phillips. I'm Ian Phillips from ARM. I'm Principal Staff Engineer. We started 22 years ago, I think it was, in 8 people from a startup spin-out of Acorn Computers. ARM is the company that makes the CPU, which is inside all of the things, the intelligent electronic products today that you can buy in all of the shops. and you don't even think of as being computers. We don't design the thing, we don't design the chips that go in the thing, but we design the computer which goes in the chips, which goes in the thing. More than 95% of the world's intelligent electronic systems are powered by ARM's CPU architecture these days. So pretty well anything which is intelligent in your life, and visibly and invisibly, is powered by ARM. We use the framework program as a way of enhancing the research work that we do inside the business. The research work is about preparing ourselves for the technology solutions that we need to develop our next generation of products. Undoubtedly, the framework programs have helped us to succeed. They've helped us to succeed in different ways. I know for a fact that at the time when we first got involved with the framework projects, it actually mattered that we needed some cash flow. And the European Commission was kind enough to help us with that cash flow at that time. But fairly quickly it became other things as well. It became the partnerships, the ability for us to meet people and to meet people not only in a technical domain but also with the potential customer opportunities that it presented. It's what we do, and we have to be the best at doing it. Now, part of being the best at doing it means that we need to have answers in the technology space around how to do it, what computers are becoming, what knowledge we need to have to create the next generations of architectures for the CPUs and the GPUs and the way they connect into systems. And only that knowledge, we can get it by our own research activities, but we can also get it through partnerships in communities where there are representatives of the best in the world. Europe gives us that scope. There are representatives of the best in the world in all of the sectors of activity in Europe. We've had quite a lot of important technical contributions out of the framework programs have provided us with capabilities or the information that we need to help us do our next generation of product developments. Without question, it has contributed to us. We anticipate it will still continue to do so.
Do's and don'ts. Good question. Don't do it for the money. You'll be signing up to contractually do something that possibly doesn't fit your business. Do get the collaboration agreement right. Make sure it's clearly understood who owns the joint IP and who has the right to actually exploit it.
The main things to think about are to get the right project, the right partners, and make sure that the project really suits what you want to do.
The most important thing is to get a good partnership together. Not too big, not too small, but partners you really trust. So for us as a local authority, we need business partners we can really trust, and we need university research partners we can really trust.
My primary don't is don't do it for the money. My secondary don't is don't do it to solve today's problems. If you have a problem which is there today, the time scale associated with framework programs is too long. But do it for establishing the capabilities that you need, the answers that you need, the future customers, future relationships that you need, because all of those are genuine reasons why the Framework 7 program will subsequently benefit you.
Successful proposals to FP7 have an understanding of how they're going to take a state-of-the-art forward. So they must demonstrate they understand the state-of-the-art, and they've got to show what they're going to do beyond that and how that is going to produce something which is going to have an impact in the real world. My role in the process is to help people to understand what the Commission is saying, to help them to understand the Commission's offer and to take benefit from it. If you're committed, I'm here to help.
This film is a production by the ICT Knowledge Transfer Network, a not-for-profit organisation funded by the Technology Strategy Board. Membership of the ICT KTN is free. By attending our events, you'll get advice and support to take part in Framework 7 European Union collaboration and innovation programmes. For more information, go to ictktn.org.uk or contact Eddie Townsend, FP7 Collaboration Delivery Manager.